Yo, what's good, y'all? We back with another video, and I ain't even gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was so close to not dropping a video after watching that game. I was so heated, but you know what? I took time, I calmed down, and I was like, you know what? Let me drop the video anyways. I'm not about to miss another day this week because of my pain. I'm not gonna miss another day because of my pain. But we back. We gonna be talking about James Harden, the rumors that have been spreading around social media recently, all around the league, trade rumors and free agency rumors and all that type of stuff. Now, if you remember that Ben Simmons video I dropped a few days ago, I said I wouldn't be completely shocked if Ben Simmons was sent to Brooklyn for James Harden to send him to Philadelphia in offseason, though, not trade deadline. These Harden and Philly rumors, they've been around since he requested a move since Houston. When he was in Houston and he wanted out, that was one of those teams. And now they're back again, and you're hearing the same rumors. But now, he might actually have the chance because he's a free agent this offseason. Obviously, Daryl Morey is the GM of the Sixers, and he was the former GM of the Rockets when Harden was there. So there's connection between those two. And now there's new reports going around that James Harden, he's frustrated in Brooklyn for reasons I don't know why. You know, there's reports saying that it's Kyrie, and you know, there's also the Brooklyn area. Does he really like living in there? Does the situation, you know, ideal for him living in the East Coast? You know, he's a West Coast dude. Obviously, Stephen A. Smith had his take on it. He said that the Nets just don't get the love like the Knicks do in the city. So it's kind of like playing on the Clippers or playing for the Chargers in LA, which I actually could understand. Not because I'm a Knicks fan, but I can understand why a player would get frustrated like that. I mean, look at yesterday or 2 nights ago when this video drops when the Lakers played the Nets. It was like Lakers fans took over. So I understand that too. I think Kyrie being a part-time player probably is the biggest reason, because we all know when they're all healthy, that team is literally hard to beat. Nobody can really beat them. But Harden's frustrated, and you know, they're top 3 in the East. That's the crazy part. They're a title contender this season, and he's frustrated in Brooklyn. They are 6-9 in their last 15, so I think that can also be a part of it. You know, recency bias, well, not recency bias, but recency frustration. I can understand. KD's out right now too. Not going to be back until after the All-Star break, so you'll have to play a little more games by yourself and with Kyrie, I guess. But, you know, to be honest, I would not be shocked if Harden wanted to go to Philadelphia in the offseason and go team up with Joel Embiid, who right now is playing the best basketball of his career. We can't ignore that. Right now, Joel Embiid is playing the best basketball of his career. He's the healthiest he's ever been. The only time he was out was when he was in protocol, and that was earlier in the season. But we can't lie and sit here and say, I mean, I said this when I was one of the OG people that said Harden should go to Philadelphia. I said that before the rumors even started last season. I don't care what nobody says. I just wasn't around on this app to say that. But I said James Harden to Philadelphia for Ben Simmons. Harden and Embiid would be a crazy duo. And if that happens, that's going to be a top 5 duo in the NBA next season, if that happens. Especially if Embiid could stay healthy. That's a crazy fit right there. Harden and Embiid, with Embiid playing the way he is, and Harden obviously being a triple threat every night if he wants to, that's going to be a tough team to beat. But I also think it would fit for Brooklyn as well. I think it would fit for Brooklyn as well. He would, you know, Ben Simmons would play the Draymond role with KD and Kyrie leading the way. But it would just be like a crazy thing. Wouldn't it be crazy if Harden left the Nets after the Nets gave up Jared Allen, who right now might be an all-star in the East, Karis LeVert, who's a solid player, and other assets for basically almost 2 seasons of James Harden, which would have been a failure if they don't win the title this season. Then also adding into the fact that not only Harden, you know, but also it would be a major L if KD and Kyrie end up never even making the finals on their time in Brooklyn because of a whole bunch of drama and different circumstances getting in the way as well. It's crazy because it's like, we back in 2019 when these two guys signed, and then obviously last season when Harden got traded, we were like, all right, Brooklyn has to make the finals, and they still can this season. But to be honest, they're not my pick. My pick, I'm gonna go out and say it right now, there's 2 teams. It's either Miami or Milwaukee. Miami or Milwaukee is going to the finals this season in the East. I don't think nobody else is. Nets are too much of a question mark. And Philadelphia and Chicago, I just don't believe in as a finals contending team. And Cleveland, obviously, is way too young. They ain't going that far. But Brooklyn, Harden being over there, it would just be crazy to see those three guys, three superstars, end up never making that finals goal that they all had. But I think Harden's frustration, it's a big deal. It's something to keep an eye on in the summertime. Right now Harden's saying it's nothing crazy, but Stephen A made a point on First Take, and I don't watch First Take like that. I just see the little clips here and there. But he did make a point. Harden can say all he wants, but there's been multiple occasions where Harden has said that he didn't say something, but then it ends up happening. Russell Westbrook being traded from Houston, Chris Paul being traded from Houston, and Dwight Howard being traded from Houston. Harden denied all of those, and it ended up happening. So don't be shocked if Harden goes and says, I want to go play with Daryl Morey, who was my former GM in Houston, and also he'd be pairing up with an elite superstar MVP caliber big in Joel Embiid. And they can run the East next season if they do that, because Brooklyn is just too much of an uncertainty. Especially with Kyrie Irving, we don't know the rules next season. Will he even be able to play full-time next year? Who knows? So don't be shocked. That's all I gotta say. Don't be shocked if you end up seeing James Harden ends up leaving, whether that's to Philadelphia or somewhere else, because it's Harden's first actual time in free agency. And we gotta remember, James Harden ain't getting any younger. He's in his 30s now. This is the first real time he has a chance to actually scout the market for himself and decide where he wants to play. Houston, remember he signed the extension. OKC only had him for a little bit. They traded him to Houston. That was the first team he was on. And now here we are, Brooklyn. This is the first time he actually has a shot to pick a team where he wants to go, besides when he demanded the trade from Houston. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to be interested to see what goes on, because I think a lot of these factors right now are going to be a big thing come free agency time. And I keep mentioning the Kyrie thing, the Kyrie situation. I think the Kyrie situation is going to be a huge situation, a huge part if Harden stays or leaves. But anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link will be down in the description below. This has been the Checkup, where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see y'all in the next video tomorrow. Peace.